Hi all, welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to make some practices that we have already learned the auxiliaries. In the previous videos, we have learned all the 20 auxiliaries and how they are used along with subject-verb agreement. And in this video, we are going to make some translations from Malayalam to English and negative sentences and making questions as well. If you don't have any idea, you have to watch the previous videos, and the link of the previous videos have been put it in the description box, and see the link and watch the all auxiliary videos connected with this translation. You have to translate these 20 English sentences in which we have used all the 20 auxiliaries and then make negative sentence and as well positive sentences. The 20 auxiliaries that we have already learned are am, is, are, was, were, has, have, had, will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, must, do, does, and did. We have used all these 20 auxiliaries in these sentences. You please pause the video and write down these 20 sentences at the beginning itself. Then you make into English translation and make negative questions and negative sentences and as well positive questions. The first sentence is ഞാൻ കളിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക ആണ്. You have to note here കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക ആണ്. അവൻ പഠിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക ആണ്. അവർ എഴുതിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക ആണ്. ഞാൻ എഴുതിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക ആയിരുന്നു. അവർ ജോലി ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക ആയിരുന്നു. ഇവിടെ നാലാമത്തെയും അഞ്ചാമത്തെയും സെന്റൻസ് അവസാനിക്കുന്നത് കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക ആയിരുന്നു എന്നാണ്. അവൾ കാർ ഓടിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. ലുക്ക് അറ്റ് ഹിയർ, ഓടിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഞങ്ങൾ പരീക്ഷ എഴുതിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. അവർ പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ഞാൻ നാളെ വരും. അവൻ വരുമായിരുന്നു. ഞങ്ങൾ കളിക്കും. എനിക്ക് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് സംസാരിക്കാൻ കഴിയും. അവന് പരിപാടിയിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞു. അവൾ ഇവിടെ വരണം. അവൻ നാളെ വന്നേക്കാം. അവർ അടുത്ത ആഴ്ച വരാം. നീ നാളെ തീർച്ചയായും വരണം. അവൻ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് പഠിക്കുന്നു. ലുക്ക് അറ്റ് ഹിയർ, പഠിക്കുന്നു. ഞാൻ ക്രിക്കറ്റ് കളിക്കുന്നു എന്ന് അവസാനിക്കുന്നു. അവർ ജോലി ചെയ്തു. ലുക്ക് അറ്റ് ദ വേർബ് ചെയ്തു എന്നാണ്. യു ഹാവ് ടു look at the sentence translation in English and read the Malayalam sentences very well and make a thorough understanding what is written there, what will be the auxiliary, what will be the subject and verb agreement in these sentences. Then translate into English, then use it in negative and make questions as well. Now you can see the answers that is given here and translations as well. ഞാൻ കളിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക ആണ്. So in the first three sentences, am, is, are is used. That means I am playing. Negative sentence is I am not playing or I amn't playing. Question, auxiliary question, are you playing? That may be answer yes, I am playing, or no, I am not playing. The second sentence, അവൻ പഠിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക ആണ്. He is studying. He is the subject, So is used along with the verb and along with the subject he. Negative, he isn't or he is not studying. Question, is he studying? Third sentence is അവർ എഴുതിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക ആണ്. How will be translated? They are writing. Here the subject is they, so are is used along with they and verb is used along with ing form of the verb writing. Negative, they aren't writing. And negative question is as well, aren't they writing? You have to make thorough understanding of how a sentence is changed into negative sentence and how a question is made from the English sentences. Look at the fourth and fifth sentence translation. ഞാൻ എഴുതിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക ആയിരുന്നു. So it is here ആയിരുന്നു. I was writing. Negative is I wasn't writing or I was not writing. Then question, were you writing? That can be either written were you writing or was I writing. If someone asks a question to another man, that will be were you writing? If we ask the question to ourselves or to myself, was I writing will be used. Both are correct in this context. അവർ ജോലി ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക ആയിരുന്നു. They were working. They weren't working is the negative. Were they working is the question. Weren't they working is the negative question. You have to make it very perfect and practice it very well. In the next sentences, അവൾ കാർ ഓടിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. Here look at the translation. ഓടിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. She has driven the car. And the auxiliary is has. Has will be used along with the V3 form of the verb, that means past participle. So drive, drove, driven. She hasn't driven the car is the negative sentence. Has she driven the car is the question, and negative question is hasn't she driven the car. Then ഞങ്ങൾ പരീക്ഷ എഴുതിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. Likewise എഴുതിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. Here we have used have because we is the plural subject. So have will agree along with only plural subjects and I. So we have written the exam. Next, negative is we have not written the exam or we haven't written the exam. Then question, have you written the exam? You can make negative questions as well. Haven't you written the exam? In the next sentence, അവർ പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. Look at the verb പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. So ട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു, ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. The auxiliary is had. Had will be used along with V3 form of the verb. So studied. They had studied. Negative sentence is they hadn't, not is added with had, so they hadn't studied. Question, had they studied? അവർ പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നോ? Hadn't they studied? അവർ പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ലേ? That is the negative question as well. And 9th and 10th translations of the Malayalam sentences are ഞാൻ നാളെ വരും. I'll come tomorrow. എന്നാണ് വരും, that is will. And will be used along with V1 form, so come is used here. Then question, will you come tomorrow? നീ നാളെ വരുമോ? Negative sentence is I won't come tomorrow. Negative question, won't you come tomorrow? നീ നാളെ വരില്ലേ? Then അവൻ വരുമായിരുന്നു. വരുമായിരുന്നു. He would come. Negative sentence is he wouldn't come. അവൻ വരുമായിരുന്നില്ല. Would he come? അവൻ വരുമായിരുന്നോ? In these sentences, ഞങ്ങൾ കളിക്കും. Here, is used and we is the subject. So, we shall play or we will play is also correct, but we have to use all the 20 auxiliaries. So, we have used we shall. We shall play. Shall we play? We shall not play. Then, എനിക്ക് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് സംസാരിക്കാൻ കഴിയും. I can speak English. Can will be used along with V1 form, so can speak. Can you speak English? ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് സംസാരിക്കാൻ കഴിയുമോ? I can't speak English. എനിക്ക് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് സംസാരിക്കാൻ കഴിയില്ല. Likewise, negative sentence and negative question and likewise. അവന് പരിപാടിയിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞു. He could attend the function. He couldn't attend the function. പങ്കെടുക്കാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞില്ല. Could he attend the function? അവന് പരിപാടിയിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞോ? Question. See the next sentences. അവൾ ഇവിടെ വരണം. It is like a suggestion. So should is the auxiliary that we have to use there. Should only agrees with come, V1 form of the verb, so should come is used. She should come here. Then question, should she come here? അവൾ ഇവിടെ വരണോ? Negative sentence is she shouldn't come here. അവൾ ഇവിടെ വരണമെന്നില്ല. Likewise, അവൻ നാളെ വന്നേക്കാം. It shows possibility. He may come tomorrow. May will be used along with V1 form, so he may come tomorrow. Negative sentence is he may not come tomorrow. നാളെ വരാൻ സാധ്യതയില്ല. നാളെ വരില്ല. നാളെ വന്നേക്കാൻ സാധ്യതയില്ല. May he come tomorrow? നാളെ വരാൻ സാധ്യതയുണ്ടോ? നാളെ വരുമോ? എന്നൊക്കെയാണ്. In these sentences, അവർ അടുത്ത ആഴ്ച വരാം. That means വന്നേക്കാം. They might come next week. May and might are used to show the possibility. So might is used in this sentence. And negative sentence is they might not come next week. Might they come next week? അവർ അടുത്ത ആഴ്ച വരാൻ സാധ്യതയുണ്ടോ? Might only will be used along with V1 form. So come is used here as the base form of the verb. In this next sentence, നീ നാളെ തീർച്ചയായും വരണം. തീർച്ചയായും, നിർബന്ധമായും, that is used along with must. Must will agree with V1 form of the verb. So you must come tomorrow. നീ നാളെ തീർച്ചയായും, നിർബന്ധമായും വരണം. Negative sentence is you mustn't come tomorrow. നീ നാളെ തീർച്ചയായും വരരുത്. Then question is must I come tomorrow? ഞാൻ നിർബന്ധമായും നാളെ വരണോ? Likewise. In the next sentence, അവൻ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് പഠിക്കുന്നു. These are the auxiliaries do, does and did. So here, he studies English. അവൻ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് പഠിക്കുന്നു. He doesn't study English. Does he study English? Doesn't he study English? He doesn't study English. അവൻ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് പഠിക്കുന്നില്ല. Does he study English? അവൻ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് പഠിക്കുന്നോ? Doesn't he study English? അവൻ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് പഠിക്കുന്നില്ലേ? So in this verb, does will be used along with V1. Does plus study becomes studies in the sentence. And if we want to make negative sentence and questions, we have to split the auxiliary as given in the bracket. Does plus study becomes studies. Then we don't use S form, that is studies, in the sentence as well if we have split the auxiliary. In the next sentence, we have used do. ഞാൻ ക്രിക്കറ്റ് കളിക്കുന്നു. I play cricket. That means do plus play here becomes the play. So do is hidden in the V1, that is play here. So we have to split the auxiliary, that is do, from the verb that is play to make negative and questions as well. I don't play cricket. ഞാൻ ക്രിക്കറ്റ് കളിക്കുന്നില്ല. ഡു യു പ്ലേ ക്രിക്കറ്റ്? നീ ക്രിക്കറ്റ് കളിക്കുന്നോ? ഡോണ്ട് യു പ്ലേ ക്രിക്കറ്റ്? നീ ക്രിക്കറ്റ് കളിക്കുന്നില്ലേ? If the third person singular subjects are used, we have to use does along with V1 in the case of does. And if the subjects are first person, I and all other plurals, we have to use do along with V1 form of the verb. Then last and final auxiliary and translation. അവർ ജോലി ചെയ്തു. They worked. Here worked is used along with did plus work, so it becomes V2 worked. We have to split the auxiliary did from the V2 form of the verb to make questions and negative sentences. They didn't work. അവർ ജോലി ചെയ്തില്ല. അവർ ജോലി ചെയ്തോ? Did they work? അവർ ജോലി ചെയ്തില്ലേ? Didn't they work? Likewise, we have to make Malayalam sentences and translate it into English sentences. You can use a lot of verbs that we have used in irregular verb forms in the first video. Practice. Constantly practice. Make this area very perfect in you, and you will be successful in arranging this grammar concept in English. I wish you all the best, and you have to work hard for your success. Thank you for watching this video. In the next series of videos, we will discuss all the 12 tenses in English. Before that, you have to thorough with the subject verb agreement. That means these 20 auxiliaries are the use of the tenses itself. So if you study the subject and verb agreement very well, tense will be very easy for you. So stay tuned for the coming updates of the tense lesson videos.